Today, I'm back with mega movie numbers for you all. This is where we run down physical media by the numbers. First, we take a look at the top 20 selling 4K Ultra HD discs of a previous week. I give you my thoughts and recommendations on every single title there. And then we get into a market share breakdown where we look at all the different disc formats you love: DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, see how well they're selling in comparison to one another. And then we talk about the state of physical media and the future of physical media with some educated guesses and predictions and just looking at the overall trends. And of course, we just have a great time talking them movies. So, first, if you love collecting physical media just like me and being part of this amazing league of mega film fans, go ahead and mega smash that like and subscribe. That way, you stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics. But let's get into the list of bangers right here. So here at the bottom, we got the Ministry of Gentlemanly Warfare from Lionsgate. And I saw this movie in theaters. It's a Guy Ritchie film, kind of a combination of Operation Fortune and The Man from Uncle. And I really enjoyed this one. It was a good kind of wartime dark comedy, amazing action sequences. You had Henry Cavill in there. So I need to pick this one up eventually when we get to a discount. Next up, you got the Harry Potter 8 film collection here, and this is from Warner. Surprised to see this one selling, but it probably got a massive discount. And I like those movies, they're great for fantasy, and yeah, they're pretty enjoyable overall. The whole family can watch them, and number four is my favorite, if you were wondering. Next up, we gotta have Beetlejuice from Warner, which everybody's preparing for the sequel to Beetlejuice. Can't say that title too many more times on the channel, or you know what will happen. But I'm excited for the sequel. I love the original. And yeah, people are just reliving those memories. So yeah, that definitely is a good one for spooky season coming up. Next up, we got to have Edge of Tomorrow from Warner again. I mean, Edge of Tomorrow is such a great sci-fi action movie. You got Tom Cruise in there, Emily Blunt, and just a creative premise for a movie. So highly recommend checking that one out. Next up, we got a new one here finally with Jaws: The Revenge. Now, I haven't seen this Jaws movie at all. I've only seen the first two. I heard this one isn't the best, so I want to see it eventually, but just got to wait on a discount. Next up, we're going to have The Shining from Warner. Oh, man, Warner is killing it. Yeah, Jaws: The Revenge was Universal, but hey, we're back to Warner with The Shining. Shining is a title that pops up from time to time on this list. Another one that's good for spooky season. Jack Nicholson in there gives a really great performance. And the actress, unfortunately, just passed away. Last name Duvall. I believe it is. Hopefully, I said that right. Let me know if I pronounced it wrong. Sorry about that. But yeah, I guess people are just kind of going back to see that actress again in one of her most famous roles. So that's awesome. Next up, we're gonna have Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire from Sony Pictures. I didn't love the sequel here. I love Afterlife. This one was just a little too messy for me with too many characters, but there's still some decent moments in here, and I love the paranormal theme. Next up, we do got a new one here with a Halo Season 2 from Paramount. I gotta be honest with you guys, I didn't even know they came out with a second season of this show. I never watched the first season. I heard pretty mixed things, and it wasn't really catching my attention. It just looks so different from the video game way back when. Next up, we got a new one here with Jaws 3 from Universal. So this is selling quite a bit more than the fourth Jaws movie. This is another one, once again, I have not seen. I do want to pick this one up as well eventually, but once again, just because of the mixed reviews, I gotta wait for a discount. Next up, we got another new one here with The Strangers, Chapter 1 from Lionsgate. I feel like I just saw this movie in theaters. If you like The Strangers, it's more of the same. So yeah, I thought it was decent enough. Next up, we got the Dark Knight trilogy from Warner. I'm guessing got another good discount. I love this trilogy. It's my favorite trilogy of all time. The Dark Knight Rises. Oh my gosh, my top movies there. And Batman Begins is really good as well. So yeah, I love that franchise. Next up, we got a new one here with Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3. Another one from Warner. Warner is just hitting it out of the park this week. Wow. I have not seen the first two parts. I'm hoping they all go to one disc eventually when they all get released, and then I'll pick that up when it gets on a discount, right? I can play the waiting game. Next up, we got The Thing from Universal. I love The Thing too. This one pops up from time and time again. This has Kurt Russell in it. It's a John Carpenter film. Beautiful practical effects. So another good one for spooky season. Next up, we gotta have Dune Part Two from Warner again. Like I said, Warner's just all over this list. Epic sci-fi action movie, really good acting talent in here. And I think definitely a big step up from the first part. And then we got a new one here finally with Risky Business with Criterion. Yes, a boutique label gets on the board here. And I actually just saw this movie for the first time on Criterion, and I thought Criterion did a beautiful job here. Just looked really good, good special features there, and you got a young Tom Cruise, and it was definitely a coming of age story, almost like The Graduate, or even think a John Hughes movie, but more adult because there definitely is some adult material in there. But I enjoyed it overall. Next up, we got Oppenheimer from Universal. Oppenheimer is just going to be on this list once again for a very long time. It's so popular. Next up, we got Civil War from Lionsgate. Still kind of surprised to see Civil War being in the top of the charts week after week right now in this month. We'll see if it sticks around a few more weeks. Apparently, people love that A24 film. I didn't really care for it. The story went in a different direction than I was hoping for. I wanted it to be a little bit more war actiony. Next up, we got Twister from Warner. Everybody loves this beloved classic disaster film. I saw it for the first time recently on Blu-ray, and I thought it was pretty good. Do I need the 4K? I don't know. I hear it has a good Dolby Atmos track, so maybe in the future. Then next up, we got a new one here with The Fall Guy from Universal. Feels like I just saw this movie in theaters as well. But I really like The Fall Guy. It definitely was a callback to Hollywood and stunt work, and it was just really fun. It was much more of a romantic comedy than I was expecting. So, yeah, if you're into that kind of movie, definitely check that one out. It has a lot to it. And then number one, a little shocked on this one, we got The Boy and the Heron, Shout Studios, G Kids. And wow, yeah, still haven't seen this. One best animated picture. Now I'm really intrigued to check it out because it's just selling so well. I've heard mixed things on it though, so you guys let me know. Do you guys think I will like that title at all? But wow, that was an awesome banging list there for the top 20 selling at 4Ks of a previous week. Definitely Warner just killed it and smashed. I mean, most of the titles on there were Warner, not a lot of boutique label stuff there besides having, Criterion's Risky Business. But yeah, we had Warner and then a little bit of Universal. No Disney, right? Is that correct? Was there no Disney there? Hmm. Wow, that is amazing. Oh my goodness. So it's kind of interesting to see how different studios will do better different weeks and what titles they come up with. So that was great to take a look at. But now let's get into the market share breakdown because I know you guys love that segment here on this channel. So let's get into these charts. I'm going to bring up a couple weeks. I'm going to bring up the previous week here, and then I'm going to bring up a chart from a couple weeks back, and we'll just make some comparisons and look at the trends here. So taking a look at this, okay, we got the 4Ks that are definitely up a bit to the 25% marker. So that is great. Yes. And I'm looking at the chart side by side here. So that's why I'm looking back and forth for everybody. But yeah, 4Ks are up. That is awesome. I love the 4K format as long as they're above 15%. Then that is great. And yeah, 25% is pretty good. Next up, we got Blu-rays. Blu-rays dipped down a little bit, but only about 4 or so percent. So that's not a big deal. As long as they're above 30%, that makes me a happy camper. So that is awesome. High definition, ultra high definition, doing good. Now let's look at the DVDs real quick. DVDs stayed about the same, a couple percent drop there to give a little bit more to 4Ks. But yeah, they're under 50%. Are they still king? Yes, because they are dominating the market share. But if they don't get back up to like that high 50% and maybe even 60%, maybe DVDs are falling off a little bit and more people are going to the high definition formats, more collectors out there, of course, maybe less of the mainstream audience out there picking up physical titles. So we might see that shift from less DVDs to more Blu-rays and 4K. So that's just kind of my prediction right here because we got to talk about the state of physical media right now. Where is it at? Where is it all going? I do like to see a good mixture of some classic beloved titles that keep popping up on these lists and then some new ones as well. I would love to see more studios included here with the top rankings, more boutique labels, because sometimes boutique labels have phenomenal weeks, but I don't think we've gotten, recently, very recently, like amazing titles coming out besides, Risky Business was pretty good, but just want a little bit more. We've gotten announcements for stuff, but I don't think anything that's really screaming, oh, everybody needs to pick this up. That's a collector. Definitely some good stuff announced, but I don't know if we've got all time greatness announced. So that's definitely something to, kind of keep your eyes peeled on what's going to happen during spooky season, of course. But summer's been up and down, of course, for different new titles coming out. Some weeks we'll have a lot of new, some we won't have much of anything, but hey, it just happens. It goes and flows, of course. And hopefully, we just keep supporting that collecting niche market out there. And I think everybody's doing a great job out there in the community, picking up the titles they love, of course. And I think studios will keep releasing stuff. It's not going anywhere. There'll always be a collector's market. So we'll see dips here and there overall. I'm sure there's less physical media being sold, but hey, that's okay. Like I said, we all know it's a collector's market now, so nothing new there. But hoping for some great titles coming out as we are ending, I guess, the summer season, right? People are going back to school. Maybe we won't see a ton of new stuff, but I think when it turns the corner into fall officially and we get spooky season going, we'll probably get some good horror stuff out there, maybe some family horror titles, and hopefully some more new announcements get released as well. And we just see all these different labels show up too. Boutique labels definitely have a filled day with spooky season. So I'm all excited for that, right? We got Spirit Halloween stores popping up already, showing some amazing Halloween collectibles out there. And I've been loving seeing all this spooky season stuff just around the corner. It's going to be a great time. But there we go. Those are just kind of my thoughts on what physical media is going to do in the near future. But you guys are going to have to let me know in the comments below. What do you think of the state of physical media? Where is it going next? What you're excited for? Were you surprised by any of the top ranking movies? Also, what do you think of the market share breakdown? Are DVDs gonna be the less king now, and are Blu-rays or 4Ks eventually gonna take over? Who knows, right? But there we go. Let's have those fun movie conversations down below. Of course, you haven't already, mega smash that like and subscribe. That way, it can keep you up to date on all future physical media by the numbers. I got to keep you guys entertained every week, of course, right? And of course, just have a great day watching the movies. You'll love this physical media topic. Mega smash the next video right now. And thank you so much, my Mega membership supporters. If you love talking and collecting movies, consider joining the Mega League of Film Fans through memberships to support content creation while gaining access to perks like shoutouts, exclusive videos, and future topic choices.